to this audience, especially to my listeners, the music experience listeners. This program of mine, it's more of promoting especially music and also bringing people like yourself, people that are not familiar with this side, also people from this side that are not familiar with you. So now it's about time to introduce yourself and tell them who you are.
All right. Hello, everybody from all over the world. My name is Raven Duchess, and
Mhm.
I'm a jazz singer, songwriter, producer, multi instrumentalist, and
Mm.
I am also a human rights activist.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much. Now you heard it, you heard it, you heard it, people. You heard it. Here she is. She's a human rights activist. So you are in safe hands. Make sure that if there's anything goes wrong, yeah, she will be there for you. She will be there for you. Raven, please tell us about yourself first. I know you were born in Zim.
Yeah.
Yeah, give us a history about who's Raven.
All right. Raven is a happy human being, first of all,
Mm.
and I love telling stories through music.
Mm.
So this is probably why I'm also a songwriter. There are not many musicians who also write and produce. So it's a privilege to have that gift to be able to tell my African story all
Mhm.
over the world. So
Mhm.
I sing at festivals. I tour all over the world. I have
Mhm.
2 albums to my name. And Mlungisi, you owe me because you don't have my music. I sent my music.
My apologies. My apologies. I will explain later why.
All right, it's all right. So I've been in the industry for 10 years now.
Mm.
I've done festivals all over the world. I have collaborated with musicians from all over the world.
Wow.
And I'm actually coming to South Africa this August for the
Mm.
Music in Festival in Durban.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's how we got to know about you. A good friend of mine, I was going through your YouTube channel, and I saw one of my friends, a trumpet player who comes also from this province of the Eastern Cape. His name is Luanda Gogwan, is also playing on one of your albums.
Yes, yes, he's a very good friend in music, and he's
Yeah.
played on 2 of my albums, two
Two of your
songs. So
albums.
you owe me. You have to play that music after today.
Of course, definitely, definitely, it's going to be played. When did it all start, Raven? Is it something that you picked up as you were growing up, or it comes from the family? Your parents were musicians or brothers, or how did it all start for you?
Well, how it started was quite an interesting story. I was 10 years old, and growing up, I was more into public speaking and poetry at school.
Hmm.
Then I heard my brother playing the marimba. The
Mm.
marimba is an instrument, kind of similar keys to the piano. So
Sure.
when I heard this instrument being played during the night, I couldn't sleep. It was like I could hear music in the air, like the music was just playing on and on. Then I woke up the next morning, took the
Mm.
marimba sticks, and started playing what I was hearing in my head. So that's how I even started being interested
Mm.
in music. It's not like I could say, oh, my family members were doing this and that. I
Sure,
think
sure.
music is a calling for most people who actually
Mm.
become musicians.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. That's true. I mean, look, I'm the only one in the family who plays music. It's a calling that came to me. It didn't come through maybe somebody from the family, either my mother or my father or even my siblings. It just came straight to me, and I'm the only one. Wow. And I know that marimba, it's one of the instruments that it's very close to Zim. I've seen quite
Yeah.
a Zim musicians playing so beautifully.
Yes,
I haven't
there's
seen
marimba and there's also mbira. So I play
Mira.
mbira, I play
Mira is
marimba, I
well.
play
Mm.
percussion. Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I saw a picture of you as well with a very good friend of mine who was recorded also on my debut album, Louis Mhlanga.
Oh, he's a very wonderful man indeed.
He is. He is. He's very warm too. And Sam Mataure, you know Sam Mataure,
Yes, I do.
the
Yes, I do.
drama. He also
So
played on my
with
first.
Louis Klanger, I think the picture you saw was of me in South Africa having some coffee with him. That was
Mm.
last year when we were discussing the new music I'm working on. He's going to be
Okay.
featuring one of my songs on the
Mhm.
next album I'm producing this year.
Wow, you have a giant there. You have a giant. That man is something as I know. I lived with him in Johannesburg for many, many, many years. We've done so many projects together. Now, Raven, you're not living in Zim now,
I'm
right?
actually in Zim as we speak. I've got a show tonight.
Oh, you got a show in Zim tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, but you're not living there now. I mean, you
I'm
live.
in Zimbabwe. I am, but I like to travel a lot.
Oh, you like to
Probably
travel.
that's why you were thinking I'm not in Zim. I'm actually staying in Zim as we
Oh, you're
speak.
staying in.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Let's just not go there. I might have
Let's
told
go there, Mlungisi.
the wrong story because I said you're not living in Zim. Because I mean the impression that I have, you from Zim, but you're doing most of the stuff outside in Zim and live outside
Yes.
of Zim. But now you clear that one out that you live in Zim, but you're doing stuff outside of Zim.
Yes, I think it's a very good point you brought up there because a lot of people I see even on social media, they think I'm not staying in Zimbabwe. I
Mm.
usually perform for an international audience. So I think some of those videos, people think I'm in Europe or America because at most
That's the
those
impression I had as
videos,
well.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You see, it's a beautiful thing what you're doing because I mean, people that have made it in the music, people that are doing so well in the music, they intend to live outside of their home.
Yes,
Because they always think that if you are in South Africa, Johannesburg or Cape Town is the place, or you in Europe or you in the US or you in the UK and those kind of places. But
that's
what made you stay? What made you stay in Zim? Is it because you know? Zim really responds to you as a human being, as a musician, as a human right activist? What made you
okay.
stay? Why did you follow? Yeah.
First, I would like to mention that music is universal. No matter where you are from or what
Mm,
language you speak, if you
mm,
communicate and resonate with other people's energy, people tend to forget that music is very spiritual, by the way.
sure.
And as spirits and people, we are one. Therefore, whether I'm staying in Zimbabwe or not, I didn't feel like it would really change much because already I tour, already I have an international audience. And when I make my music, it's not like I'm saying I'm making this for Zimbabweans or South
Sure,
Africans.
sure,
I'm
sure.
making it for anyone from any walk of life, any race who believes the message behind the music I'm making resonates with them. And my music is usually uplifting music. And
Mm.
I like to call it mature music because I don't like noisy music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's true what you're saying, that music, it's universal. I went to a country called Reunion Island a couple of years back, and then we were about to play at this hotel. In fact, it was a mini festival. This piano player was busy. We were checking the sound, and he was really busy playing on stage. And he played a standard that I know, a song called uh, I'll remember the song. I just went on stage with the bass and I played with the guy, but we couldn't communicate because of language barriers. But the music
Yeah,
communicated through
the
music.
music spoke to all of you, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Very nice, very nice. Tell me about the kind of developments that are happening in Zim when it comes to the music. Are there young people that are interested in the music? Or I don't want to say art because we're talking music. I was about to say art, but we're talking music. Are
Yeah.
there young people that are really getting into the music in Zim?
Well, looking from my own perspective regarding that topic, I feel there are changes because we see a more of people venturing into doing different genres. For example, I'm closer to the genre of jazz fusion.
Mm,
The
mm,
fusion part is that I would love to always have an identity in the world. So
mhm,
whenever you listen to my song, you know this is Raven. So I'm
mm,
happy to see that some people are now doing the similar things to that because
mm.
we had an issue in my country where people would be like, oh, maybe I want to sound Nigerian. Let me play some Nigerian music because
Sure.
it's trending.
Mm,
So
mm,
I've noticed, and I'm also proud of my South African brothers.
mm,
I'm also proud of my South African brothers because you guys also have your own genres that you've been pushing over the years, and I'm
mm,
seeing the younger audience also falling into the trend of trying to maintain your identity as an
mm,
African
mm,
and not try to sound American.
mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, beautiful,
So I
man.
believe there's more work to be done, but there is
Sure.
improvements. Right?
Sure, sure, sure. No, look, the reason why I'm asking this question, this program of mine is more about the development of art, no matter where you are, because I mean, we're talking about the music. It's a universal, music is universal. Let's put it like that. It doesn't matter where you are. As you and I have traveled. Are you still there?
Yes, I am sorry.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just moving from one place to
All
the
right. No, no, that's cool. No, that's cool. It's good to know that because I mean, look, in future we gotta have to do these kinds of programs like cultural exchange stuff like that. You bring students here, we take students to Zim, and that kind of stuff, and
yes.
also collaborations. We put together the young people together so that they can collaborate, so that they could share the culture, going forward. How involved are you when it comes to that in terms of
Oh, yes. I actually did a project with a company called Povo Africa Trust, and
Mhm.
this was funded by Music in Africa and Sound Connects. I was
Mm,
mentoring female musicians with disabilities. It was the
wow.
first time doing this project, and I'm proud to say that I also learned a lot from interacting with females living with disabilities. I know there are
Mm,
also males who have similar issues and
sure.
don't know how to integrate into the music industry because they
Mm,
feel like when people look at them, they look at them as if maybe they are not capable
sure.
of even performing or playing instruments. So
Because of the
that project
condition.
opened my
Mm,
eyes and enlightened me more regarding
mm,
such issues. And I've
mm,
also participated in mentoring school kids. So it's
mhm,
something I'm currently also doing, but I
mm,
would love to make it a first for me to actually now collaborate with other countries
mm.
and definitely, Mlungisi, let's take this up as a challenge. You and I should do something along those lines.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. No, definitely. I mean, look, we are going to talk. This is not the last time. We are going to talk outside this program, because I mean the main reason that I'm asking this question to you is because of I'm very passionate about the development. I lived outside of my hometown for many, many, many years, for decades. And then I came back now to help in terms of development. And I would love to collaborate with people outside of my town, my country. And we've already made friends. You also one of our friends now. We're not just
Yes.
calling the music.
And, and
you
I
know,
love touring in your country a lot because, the story you told me about how we might not speak the same language. Of course,
mm,
English is a language that's common,
sure.
but
Mm,
the way we interact as musicians is a
mm,
whole nother level. And if we came together, as you're stating, and started doing more of these kind of projects, we're actually equipping the next generation of
sure, sure.
musicians and potential people who might be songwriters too, because they're also part of the music industry. Without the songwriters,
Mm.
without the producers, I don't think we'll have albums out there.
Sure. No, definitely. Definitely. My manager is listening now, and I believe she spoke to you, Kianetsi. She's
Yes.
put us together. She's listening, and also she's a project manager from the school that I'm running here in Queenstown. So I'm sure wherever she is taking notes. Don't be surprised when you're getting a call from her talking about this topic that we're talking about now.
And we're definitely going to do another interview so the listeners can see that we walk the talk.
Sure, 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 sure. There's a friend as well in Mozambique by the name of Moreira Chongisha. I don't know if you know him. He's a saxophone player.
No, I haven't met him
I'm
yet.
I'm going to send you his name. Google him. He's doing wonderful work. I started with him in Cape Town at the College of Music. He's doing a great work in Mozambique. He was on this show as well. I interviewed him and we spoke, and he took us back to our days, when we used to play together in Cape Town. It
That's
took
so
us back.
lovely.
So it
Yeah,
will be
I
nice. I
can
mean,
imagine
look,
the nostalgic feeling you had.
sure, sure. Thank you so much. So we are going to talk. We are going to talk, Raven. Getting back to you. Getting back to you. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about your music. What
Yes,
inspires you? Let's talk about what inspires you to write. I know that you're a human rights activist. You're doing some other stuff. You're passionate about the
yes.
upliftment of the young artist. What inspires you to write music?
Well, my inspiration comes from life itself.
Mm,
Mulungi, there's so much happening in the world. in
Sure.
my life, in other people's lives.
Mm,
And being a writer inspires me to tell my story through the music I make
mm,
so that,
mm.
there might be someone out there suffering from depression, but
Yeah.
they don't know who to
True.
talk to. So some of
True.
the messages that I sing about in my songs uplift people and help people heal.
Mm,
Music is very therapeutic and it soothes the soul.
mm, 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 mm. Yeah. So true. So true. Wow. Look, that music is going to be played on this radio station. My apologies that I don't have it today, but I promise you it's going to be played on this station. People are going to hear your music. They heard your voice today. They heard you how you speak, and
Yeah, and I'm sure they're
you
curious as to how I sing.
know. They will. They will. They will. They will. They will. They will. You're saying that you have two albums, that are out there that
Yeah.
you've recorded. Tell
So
tell us
the
about
first
the.
album, sorry?
Mm. Tell us about your first album.
All right, the first album is entitled Ethno Vibes, and it
Mm.
was more of fusion music. There, I have reggae, I have Afro beats, I have mbira music, I have
Mm.
jazz, and I also have R&B hip hop. This was my first project, and I produced it by myself.
Mm.
I was a little nervous when I thought of doing my first album, and I was like, I need to find the right producer to tell my story in a way that people would understand. And then
Mm.
I approached a couple of people, and whenever I shared my ideas, they wouldn't tell them right. So I said to
Yeah.
myself, you know what?
Mm.
God, you gave me this gift.
Sure.
And with this gift, I'm going to produce this album. And this album will be shared across all platforms in the world and
Mm.
connect with people. And that first album opened up the doors for me to start touring out of my country.
Mm. 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 Wow.
And then when we talk of the second album now, it's
Mm.
entitled Folklore. So the Folklore album was more of jazz and folk music fusion. So if you look at the songs there, they're more along the sides of jazz, whether it's Afro jazz, whether it's classic jazz. It
Mm.
was more of me telling a story after my first South African tour, where I was sharing the stage with different South African artists who I was working with. I always work with my South African brothers when I'm touring as my
Mm.
band because I love the way they interpret my music. Every
Mm.
performance for me has to be different.
Sure. 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 Mm. Mm. Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
You gotta
that
have.
second album also
Yeah.
opened doors for other tours. I'm now touring in Uganda, in
Wow.
Malawi,
Mm.
different countries. And
Wow.
it's such a gift that I am grateful for because whenever I bump into people that might have listened to my music, they always share their thoughts and tell me, wow, this song changed my life.
Mm.
So this also inspired me to now do album number three. This is me producing, okay? So I was now more confident. And the third one is the one where we have Louis Mhlanga. I also have, if you know of Gosh Mick, he's a bassist and a Zimbabwean guy too, a legend in the
Mm.
game too. So I
Mm.
was just like, I'm more confident now. Let me swim with the big sharks.
Sure, sure, sure. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look, I was going to see you in Durban. You in Durban in August, right?
Yes, I will pass through Joburg if you're
Mm.
located in Joburg. I have a show by a particular spot, but I'll share the details. You never know, there are people who might want to come through who are in Joburg.
Sure, 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 sure. I will share it too. I mean, I will tell all my friends that I know in Johannesburg. You know,
Don't you have shows right around the first week of September? We should jam together.
of course, of course. But some of my shows we've postponed them for next. I was going to be in Durban in August, but
Oh,
yeah, but we've postponed that for next year because there's certain thing that we need to look at first. But we've
all right,
postponed
all
it.
right.
We postponed it for next year. I was going to see you there. Yes, it would be nice to bump into you. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, time. Okay, well, tell us about your next, performances. Where are you going to be other than Durban? Where else are you going to be performing?
I'm going to be in Uganda for a
Mhm.
festival. That's in September. They call it the Afro Nation Festival. Yeah.
Okay,
And it's going to be after South Africa. I have to fly off to Uganda. I'll be in Zimbabwe, then Malawi.
okay. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow, man, Raven. So good to talk to you. I'm glad that this relationship has started. We're going to be in touch, and Kianit is going to call you. I know because she's listening, and she's my manager. She's the one who.
She's so nice. She's so nice. When I spoke to her, she's
Ah,
a
yo, I
beautiful
know
soul.
her. I'm in good hands. I'm in good hands.
I can tell.
I'm in good hands. Thank you so much, my sister. Your last word before we finish this.
My
What would
last
you like to
words
say?
are to inspire any musicians who are starting out or
Mhm.
anyone who wants to venture into the music industry. Take your time.
Sure.
Take your
Mm,
time and
mm,
mature before you put out anything. You will
mm,
notice that when you move according to God's time, everything
mm,
falls into place.
mm. I love it when you say take time because I mean I've met some of these kids. They're in a hurry. They want to come and learn today and play next week. I said it doesn't happen. You might learn or practice for 2 years. You're still not ready for the stage. Uh,
Yes,
be
yes.
patient. Gotta have to patient and take time. Thank you so much, Reverend. Wish you all the best. Wish you all the best on your tours. Hopefully, we'll meet soon. I might play on your fourth project. I
Definitely. Mlungisi,
might play.
there's no might. We are going to work together.
I love that. Thank you so much. Have a great day, my sister. It's been good to talk
Thank
to you.
you. Bye.
Take care. Bye. Wow, thank you so much. Unfortunately, we don't have the music. But I mean, look, I'm always here every Fridays. Not having the music today doesn't mean that we want to have it at all. Doesn't mean that we want to have it at all. As you know that with the music experience, we play stuff that most people don't get. And now since we don't have even the